I was sitting in my office, overlooking the Manhattan skyline, reviewing acquisition proposals for my aviation company, Elite Wings, when I received a text from Mom. Your father's 60th birthday is this weekend. Given the recent issues, we think it's best if you don't attend. The family needs peace, not drama. I couldn't help but laugh. The recent issues she referred to were my exposing my brother Ryan's embezzlement from the family business. Apparently, it was fine for him to steal, but when I reported it, I caused drama. Just then, my assistant Sarah knocked on the door. Miss Carter, the hangar lease renewals need your signature. I remembered the hangars, the ones my family used for their private jet, the one they'd bought from my company 2 years ago. Not knowing I owned it, they still didn't realize that Elite Wings was mine, running through several shell companies. I checked my phone again. My family had filed a flight plan for a Caribbean vacation after Dad's birthday. Of course, they were flying first class on company money, the money Ryan hadn't managed to steal. Sarah, I said, bring me the lease for Hangar 7 at Teterboro. She handed it to me, and I looked over the fine print. I'd made sure to include a clause allowing me to terminate the lease with 24 hours notice. Just business, I'd told them. Another text from Mom popped up. Ryan and Jessica have planned something special. Please don't make this difficult. Ryan and Jessica, the golden children. Ryan, who nearly bankrupted the family business, and Jessica, who covered for him, but they were welcome at Dad's birthday. They brought peace, not drama. I called my head of operations. Issue a lease termination notice for Hangar 7 at Teterboro, effective tomorrow. The Carter hangar, but they're your longest-standing clients. Not anymore, I said, glancing at a family photo on my desk. Also, activate the security protocol on their jet, the one that grounds it. I'll handle it. I smiled. I had insisted on installing advanced security systems in all Elite Wings aircraft, just for situations like this. Sarah knocked again. Your sister, Jessica, is on line 1, says it's urgent. Of course, it was. Jessica always called when she wanted something. Last time it was a rush renovation on the jet for her friend's wedding. She still had no idea she was begging me for help. I let it go to voicemail and replied to Mom's text, don't worry, I won't be at Dad's birthday, but you might want to check your flight plans for next week. Then I turned back to my acquisition proposals. After all, I was building an aviation empire. Even if my family still saw me as the disappointing daughter who'd wasted her inheritance on a business degree and pilot's license. My phone buzzed again, probably Jessica having a meltdown, or Ryan realizing his Caribbean vacation was about to be cancelled. But I didn't check it. I had bigger things to focus on, like teaching my family a lesson about loyalty. Sometimes karma needs a little help to take off, and sometimes, that help comes with wings and a cancelled hangar lease. The next morning, my office phone started ringing at 7 a.m. I watched the lines light up one by one as my family realized their vacation plans were falling apart. Miss Carter, Sarah said over the intercom, your father is on line 1, your mother on line 2, and your sisters called 6 times. Put Dad through, I said, looking out the window at a fleet of Elite Wings jets taking off from the private airport across the river. What the hell is going on? Dad's voice roared. Some company called Elite Wings just cancelled our hangar lease, and the jet won't start. Something about security protocols. I smiled. He'd never taken my interest in aviation seriously. What a shame. Have you tried calling customer service? They say the owner is exercising their right to terminate. We've been clients for 2 years. Well, Dad, I said calmly, maybe the owner doesn't appreciate clients who exclude their daughter from family celebrations. There was a long pause. What are you talking about? Check the registration documents for your jet. Look at who owns Elite Wings. I heard papers rustling and then a sharp intake of breath. Alexander Carter, that's you. Surprise, I said softly. Turns out your disappointing daughter built quite an aviation empire while you were busy defending Ryan's theft. This is ridiculous, Dad sputtered. You can't do this. Actually, I can, I said calmly. It's all in the contracts you signed. Maybe if you'd taken my business degree seriously, you would have read the fine print. I ended the call as line 2 lit up again, Mom's second attempt. Sarah appeared in my doorway. Your sister Jessica is in the lobby. She's insisting on seeing you. Send her up, I said. It was time to face the drama head-on. 5 minutes later, Jessica stormed into my office. her designer handbag swinging wildly. "What did you do? We're supposed to fly out tomorrow." I gestured toward the chair across from my desk. "Sit down, Jess, let's talk about family loyalty." "Loyalty?" she snapped. "You're the one who turned Ryan in for stealing millions," I reminded her, "which you helped him cover up. He made a mistake. Family protects each other." I stood and walked to the wall, where my aviation licenses and business degrees hung in neat, polished frames. "No, real family tells the truth. Real family doesn't punish someone for doing the right thing." "It's Dad's birthday," she said, her voice softening. "We just wanted peace." "Peace? Like when you all mocked my dream of working in aviation? Or when you called my pilot's license a hobby? Or maybe when you helped Ryan cook the books and acted like I was the problem?" She fell silent, finally letting her eyes take in the office, really see it, the sweeping skyline view, the awards, the success none of them had ever acknowledged. "You own Elite Wings," she whispered, "the renovations, the upgrades, all this time, I was asking you. You were begging your little sister," I said, "the one who wasted her time on aviation instead of joining the family business. Does Ryan know?" "He will," I said, checking the time, "probably about now, when he tries to book a new flight with his Elite Wings card and finds it cancelled." Jessica slowly sank into the chair. "The Caribbean trip is cancelled," I finished. "Consider it my birthday gift to Dad, a lesson in family values." My phone buzzed, Mom's third call. Across my desk, acquisition proposals waited. One of them was for a small regional airline my family used as a backup. "You should go," I told Jessica. "I have business to handle, empire building and all." She stood, visibly shaken. "Alex, I'm sorry about everything." "Are you? Or just sorry you can't use my jets anymore?" She didn't answer. As she walked out, Sarah returned with a folder. "The regional airlines board accepted our offer. Should I prepare the paperwork?" I nodded, thinking of my family's vanishing travel options. "Yes, and Sarah, send a notice to all Elite Wings partners. The Carter family is no longer authorized to charter any of our aircraft. Sometimes, lessons come with wings, and sometimes, those wings get clipped by the one person they never saw coming." I turned back to my desk. After all, I had a birthday celebration to skip. The morning of Dad's 60th, I sat in my penthouse office, coffee in hand, watching their failed booking attempts light up the Elite Wings system like fireworks. My family had spent the last 24 hours scrambling to salvage their vacation, every backup plan mysteriously collapsing. "Miss Carter," Sarah said through the intercom, "your brother Ryan is trying to use a backup credit card to book a jet through our Singapore subsidiary." "Decline it," I replied, pulling up the live tracker. Their jet sat idle in its hangar, soon to be vacated, a $65 million paperweight, grounded by my security protocols. Then came a text from Mom. "Alexandra, please, this is cruel, your father's birthday is ruined." I thought of all the birthdays and holidays I'd sat through in silence, while they toasted Ryan's business brilliance and Jessica's perfect choices. The sister with the pilot's license, just a punchline at the table. I typed back. "Cruel, like excluding your daughter from her father's birthday, or like covering up fraud?" Her reply came fast. "We can talk about this, come to the house, please." I smiled, opening a satellite view of the family estate, the one with a private helipad I'd secretly purchased last year through yet another shell company. "Can't," I wrote, "too busy running my hobby business." The office phone rang. "Dad again." This time, I answered. "The regional airline isn't taking our booking either," he said without preamble. "Did you buy them too?" "Yesterday," I said, "along with the helipad, and the charter company Jessica suggested as a backup. Amazing what you can do when your hobby becomes an aviation empire." Silence. How big is Elite Wings, exactly?" he finally asked. "Bigger than the family business," I said, "even before Ryan's theft. I own 30% of private aviation services on the East Coast." Another beat of silence. "But you were all too busy laughing at my choices to notice." "Alex," his voice cracked, "I didn't know." "No, you didn't ask. None of you did. You just assumed I failed because I took a different path." Sarah appeared in my doorway, holding a tablet. Live footage showed Ryan at the hangar, shouting at my staff. "Your brother is threatening legal action," she said. Let him, I replied. I have better lawyers. Dad must have heard. Alex, please, we can fix this. The Caribbean trip means a lot to your mother. And your birthday meant a lot to me, I said. Funny how family loyalty only matters when I'm useful. I pulled up Elite Wing's client list. Did you know the governor uses our jets? 3 Fortune 500 companies too. That hobby, you mocked, it made me a billionaire. He said nothing. But hey, I continued, at least you have Ryan and Jessica, the good children, the ones who bring peace, not drama. We were wrong, he finally whispered, about everything, about you. Yes, you were. I stood and walked to the window. The city stretched out before me, glittering with possibility. And now you know what that mistake cost you. Sarah reappeared. Your mother's on her way up, security called. I nodded. Dad, I have to go. Mom's here to beg for travel privileges I'm not going to grant. Happy birthday. I hung up just as Mom stepped into the office. Designer dress immaculate, makeup flawless, but her expression, desperation. Alexandra, she said, voice tight, this has gone far enough. Has it? I asked, turning to face her, because I don't think it's gone far enough. I picked up an acquisition proposal for yet another regional airline. I'm just getting started. She hesitated. What do you want? What I've always wanted, Mom, respect, recognition, a family that values truth over convenience. I handed her a folder. Inside, complete documentation of Ryan's fraud, Jessica's cover-up, and my quiet rise to aviation dominance. Read it, I said, then decide if leaving me out of Dad's birthday was about peace, or about protecting the lies you were all comfortable with. She took the folder with shaking hands. Now, if you'll excuse me, I said, sitting back down, I have jets to manage, an empire to run, you know, the one built by your disappointing daughter. She left in silence. I pulled up the Caribbean weather report again, still perfect for flying. Too bad my family wouldn't be going anywhere. Not today. Not next week. Not until they understood the price of treating me like an afterthought. I picked up the phone to call my lawyers. There were still a few more airlines I wanted to buy. Because sometimes, the best revenge isn't just grounding their flights. It's flying so high they can't even see you anymore.